Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. And guess what I'm smoking today? My favorite pipe. It's Thursday, Artisan Pipe Day. What most is as important is it's Poker Pipe Month. Part of to smoke every pipe this month is my poker pipes, smoking a poker pipe every night and smoke all of them. But look at this guy. Look at the grain of this guy. This is kind of neat. This is from Eric Weaver, Sea Smoke Pipes. This was the second commissioned pipe I ever had. Look at that plateau, but then also plateau down here. I wanted to have a pipe from Eric, and and he has very unique types of pipes. Uses a lot with the plateau. And so I was looking to get a commissioned pipe, but I didn't know what I wanted of his, because normally I really go for just the traditional shapes of pipes. But now Eric used to be a little bit more involved with YouTube, so he would do videos. And one of the videos, he had a pipe just like this. And it's like, oh, that is the perfect Eric Weaver pipe. So I contacted him and basically said, I think it was like a couple months after, said, about a couple months ago, you had a poker pipe that's yours that you were smoking. He sent me an email back with a picture of his poker pipe, and he says, is this the one you're referring to? And I go, yes. I would like one pretty much like that. And there's what we got. Isn't it just the beauteous? It's beauteous. Megamus. Maximus. That's Latin, you know. Great smoker. Definitely one of my favorite poker pipes. And having a pipe commissioned, it is a treat. Because the guys that are good, that have been doing it for a while, they are trying their best to get you exactly what you want. So we had to correspond back and forth, and then he took pictures as we go, basically making sure that it was what I want. And just like when I showed you about the one from J. Muton or Simon, London Calling Simon, you know that the quality is there, the workmanship, the drilling. And you know that if they make a mistake, something just doesn't seem right, they found a flaw, they will let you know. They will come up with another pipe for you. And you know that with confidence when you get an artesian pipe. Well, here we are at the slippery plank test labs. Dr. Bo and the captain are going to give first impressions and tasting of a brand new blend created by me. So, Dr. Bo, what are you going to be smoking the tobacco in? Thank you, Armchair. I will be smoking this in my favorite MPB Churchwarden Lectura. How about you, Captain? Thank you, Armchair. I will be smoking this beautiful Costello Sea Rock Paw or very bent pipe. It is my most seaworthy pipe that I have. Okay, gentlemen, you know what to do. Load up your pipes. Start tasting, smoking our new favorite blend. I'm going to be getting back to my armchair to continue my video. So, last week, I told you all about the picture of Newport Harbor, Newport Beach, California, and talked about where this picture was taken from was right in front of Delanies, a place that my dad and I used to go to. We'd sit at the bar, have beer, order a tureen of clam chowder, best clam chowder I've ever had, and I have been around, and a key seafood platter with also an order of garlic bread with it. Well, after I had my video, I started thinking, because again, great memories for that place. So a couple things that I would have added to that video, so I'm going to do it now. One, the bartender that we had was the bar manager, and of maybe the 11, 12 years that my parents lived in that area, and when I was on vacation, that's when my dad would take me there for lunch, and more than half of the times, it was the same manager or same bartender. He'd been around there that whole time. He was great. In fact, this is what I was thinking about it, because he remembered me. So I'd come in with my dad. He'd be asking about Colorado, and my dad mentioned a few times that he would go there just by himself for lunch, because he was a businessman. He was out on the roads and stuff. My dad would come in, bartender would recognize him, ask, how's your son in Colorado? Which I thought was just cool. I mean, here I am in Colorado, and I got a bartender in California that knows who I am. So that was just cool. But this bartender one time, he was telling us, this is the place, and I'd mentioned last week, they had a big ship's lamp. I mean, big. Curved dome. And they had converted it to a aquarium. And they had this one I always called him my ugly fish, but he was kind of, I'm not sure what exactly he was, but he kind of like was a sea bass type of fish. And he was alone in that aquarium. And what happens, how he was fed was with live fish put into his tank, and that would be his dinner. But what this fish did, he didn't just grab it immediately. So the fish could be in there, maybe, a few fish, and there'll be a point where suddenly this main fish will spot one of the little guys, and he'll start tracking him around, keeping an eye on him, and that would be, the bartender would then know that he's about to eat. He's eyeing up an individual fish that he's going to have for supper. And that could be, and he took his time, but once he found the fish, just following it around, and that could be 15 minutes to 3 hours worth of him just watching this fish, and then all of a sudden he'll jump and eat it. Well, that became quite a big thing for the customers. So if it happened right around lunchtime, you would have a lot of businessmen in there for lunch. And of course, there a fair amount of them would just be sitting at the bar area or at the bar itself. And if it happens that he's starting to eyeball a fish while that lunch crowd was there, all of a sudden, all of those guys, or most of them, would just suddenly watch it. They'd all move up to the bar or else just stay seated in the bar area. The word would get out to some of the people who were in the dining area, and they would, instead of leaving, they would come over to the bar area. And all of these guys, and realize this is a kind of an expensive area to live. And the guys there were businessmen, making a ton of money probably, well-to-do, important people, and everything went down the drain because they would just sit there in the bar ordering more drinks. So this was definitely solid gold for the bartender, because now after lunch time is over with, these guys are all sitting there watching the fish, eyeing, the one that he's going to eat. And as I said, that might take, 3 hours or so that he's all watching this fish. And the guys knew it. The bartender let them know that, he's grabbing, eyeing one. And all of these people just got the greatest joy of hanging out to watch this fish suddenly just jump, grab his meal. And he said, and if it took long enough, then some of those guys would, most of them would leave as soon as the fish got his prey. Some of them, it was too late in the day already. They just end up staying out drinking. And I love that story. Loved him telling it. So I thought about that last week. So I thought, I would tell it to you today. Let's check in on the lads. So guys, how you doing with that new blend? Do I look okay? You're looking kind of green. Oh, gonna do a little VR. Codger Oakley. Codger Oakley. Having his 100 sub giveaway, or as he calls it, Christmas in July. And one, congratulations. Again, Codger Oakley. Check him out. And what he's doing is, one, you have to go over to Sonora Slinger, his video, or his website, and comment on him. And then, so that's one of the things you have to do to qualify. So that's good because, you know, another shout out for another person. Then he asked you a question and then asked you to, it's almost like sponsor or give the name of a person that you want. If you win, it's this person you're going to name is the one that wins the first prize. So I'm nominating or sponsoring or wish I win so that he can get some stuff. It looks like he doesn't tell what it is, but it looks like it's going to be some tobacco. Willie Lee Kersey. Now, Willie Lee, or Lee actually, has actually been around the YTPC for quite a while. He's actually been to a few golf or pipe shows. He knows a lot of people, but it only recently, and he credits me and couple other people of being the ones that push him into starting to do videos. So he has now started to do videos. He's getting a little bit better each one, especially compared to his first one. So that's cool. Last time I looked, he was at 97 subs. So let's get him over 100. So that is who I want to win the prize. And here's the question asked. The question was, what is your summertime blend that you smoke? And of course, he's looking for, a blend that you have in the summertime versus winter, just whatever. So in my case, I don't have one. As you may know, Philosopher from Tinderbox is my favorite tobacco, and it has been for over 35 years now. And for quite a long time, that was the only tobacco I needed. Because it was close to me from work or where I live, so I could just go and get 2 ounces, 4 ounces at a time. So I know that I could be a very happy person with just Philosopher. Philosopher is Lee Van Cleef's favorite tobacco. Yay. And it's considered a light English. But knowing that I smoke it at any time tells me I don't have a summertime blend. I don't think about it that way. I do have an awful lot of blends and jars and stuff now that I'm retired and not know what to do. So I pick up whatever I feel like. I really do not have that kind of thought patterns, I guess. I mean, I can understand it. Yeah, certain tobaccos, some of the vape burley, I like that. Might be a cooler for summer, but I smoke what I want, anytime I want, and pretty much any pipe I want, because I really don't designate pipes for a particular blend. So, not exactly what you were looking for, but at the same time, that is the way I do it. So anyway, Piper Oakey, check them out, give them a like. Sonora Slinger, check them out, give them a like, subscribe. And Willie Lee Kersey, give them a like, subscribe. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be sick. Come on, just keep it smoking it. You gotta get used to it. I can't feel my legs. It can't be that bad. You can't handle it, can you? Yeah, well, I guess my blend of Rustica and Madagascar pure nicotine extract wasn't a great idea. But I'm glad I didn't taste it. Well, I hope you liked this. And if you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And remember, if you don't like this, you can't get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. Take care out there. Oh, really sick. Oh, walk it off, you big pussy.